Welcome back, Rain Gang, Ravens, flock, family. Football season is here. Ravens reported for training camp today. I'm going to get into that and so much more here on this happy hour episode of Quiet Storm Sports. But before I roll the intro, be sure to like the video. We back. Another episode, Quiet Storm Sports, on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel, where we cover all things Baltimore Ravens and more. So make sure, if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button because the season is not around the corner. The season is here. We are back. He's back. The reason you clicked on this video. That's right. Lamar Jackson is back in Baltimore. He's ready to rock and roll for this 2026-2027 NFL season. I couldn't be any more excited. I hope that you cannot be any more excited as a Ravens degenerate. I know you watching or listening right now are probably a Ravens degenerate. And that's okay because so am I. And so are we, everybody who's watching this video right now. And I appreciate all of you degenerates listening to this. And if you're not a Ravens degen like us, and you maybe are a fan of another NFL team, howdy, welcome to you as well. We welcome in all parties. But this is a Ravens-centric channel, so we will talk Ravens. We will talk Ravens on this happy hour Friday stream. And you guys know the rules for happy hour. I don't have to reiterate. It's in the live chat. It's pinned in the live chat. You guys already know what it is. Okay, but shout out to everybody watching live right now on YouTube, on X. Shout out to the replay gang as well. Okay. Christian, what up? ISO, what up? Ashley, what's going on? Miss Fancy Pants, what up? What up? What up? Glaucoma, what up? Appreciate all of y'all for coming through. Dr. Kush in the chat. What's going on, Dr. Kush? Okay. Christian says, what? Chris Moore actually liked him from the Commanders. Now, Christian here is referring to the latest news to come out of Baltimore, to come out of the castle, that the Ravens have signed a new wide receiver. They've signed a new wide receiver. By the way, Lacey G 915, good evening to you as well. Happy Friday to you. They've signed a new wide receiver. His name is Chris Moore. Now, he's not all that new, to be honest with you, to be quite frank with you. But that's where we're starting here today. The Ravens have signed Chris Moore, reuniting with one of their draft picks. That's right. If you're not already aware, Chris Moore has been a Raven before. He started his NFL career in 2016 with the Ravens. He was drafted by the Ravens. And he played with the Ravens from 2016 to 2020. Now, in that time, Chris Moore had 47 catches for 511 yards and 4 touchdowns across 61 regular season games. I'll reiterate. In 5 years with the Ravens, he had 47 catches, 500 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Why am I saying this? The reason why I'm telling you his stats is not to denigrate or try to embarrass or expose Chris Moore. It's not for that reason. But it's to communicate with you that this is none other than just a camp body. A camp body. And a special teams player at best. At best. I don't foresee this relationship with Chris Moore, or this reunion, I guess you could say, with Chris Moore and the Ravens lasting very long. I don't foresee it being a meaningful relationship. I just don't see it. I don't. There were a bunch of guys who tried out for the Ravens today. Chris Moore being one of them. I'm going to get into the tryouts list here in a second because there's another notable name on that list as well who tried out for the Ravens today. But I don't see any sort of impact that Chris Moore is going to make on this team. So again, it's one of those moves, chat, that like you really just kind of have to, I don't know. For me, it was just in one ear and out the other. If I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's like, okay, we signed Chris Moore, okay, to be a warm body to bring in during camp. Sure. It's a camp body. It's that season. It's that season. It's camp body season. It's recruit guys so we can get guys to catch passes and block and, you know, just be camp bodies, warm bodies that we need. Hell, they could have recruited me just for training camp to make sure that our players who we know are going to be on the roster, to make sure that they're ready to go. That's all it is. That's all it is. Shelly, what up? Good evening. Tila, what's going on, Tila? Jeremiah, what up? What's going on? Melodic Chef says, what's up, Flockers? What's going on, Melodic Chef? And so it begins. It does. It does. It does. Smitty says EDC ain't cooking. He went to Arby's. I think this is more of a strategic move. This is like more of like a chess, not checkers move. You know what I mean? Like, and not even so much so. It's just more so like we just need bodies in camp. That's all it is. That's all it is. Don't read into it too much. Don't read into it too much. It's just they needed more bodies in camp. That's it. Anywho's moving on here. Number 8, Lamar Jackson locked in for season number 9. Whoo, man, listen. I can't play the music or else we'll get copyrighted, but I'm just going to leave this up on screen here for a little bit. That's what I'm going to do. Black Daniels, appreciate the jewels, brother. Thank you so much. But, yeah, Lamar Jackson, he is back in full effect here. I mean, I'm sure we'll see next week. He'll be all suited up and we'll see, you know, him in 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s, all that good stuff. I personally cannot wait. I'm sure you watching right now cannot wait either. It's going to be incredible watching Lamar Jackson in this new Declan Doyle-led offense under the ultimate tutelage of Jesse Minter. I can't wait. And again, I said this yesterday on the main pod, like for all the narratives over the past couple of seasons, oh, Lamar Jackson isn't really bought into the Ravens. Oh, he's not showing up to these voluntary OTAs. So that means that he's not really all the way bought in. He's been there all off season. Lamar Jackson has been there all off season. So respectfully, or actually, no, fuck that, disrespectfully, what are we talking about when we say, or when we question Lamar Jackson's commitment to football? Because meanwhile, Joe Burrow, lest we forget, Joe Burrow, the other month, a couple months ago, talked about how he wasn't having fun anymore. And he didn't know if he wanted to retire or not. Listen.
Enjoying my time in Orlando with the fam. Have a great
my guy,
weekend.
TC dropping the 50 ball in the chat. Thank you so much, TC. Appreciate that, man. Let's clap it up for TC. That is crazy. TC dropping the 50 ball in the chat. TC says, what's good, my guy? Enjoying my time in Orlando with the family. Have a great weekend. Listen, TC, I just want to tell you like this. We appreciate you for all you do, supporting the channel. You know, we love you for that. And I see you in other Ravens content creator spaces as well, supporting them just as much. Listen, you're the GOAT. TC is the GOAT. Thank you so much, brother. Enjoying your time in Orlando. Orlando's a great time for family, by the way. I've got folks who live in Orlando around like the Winter Park area, and they love it. We love visiting them. It's a great time in Orlando. Let me know if you're going to Disney. If you're going to Disney, let me know. But it is a great time for families. But shots are coming for you, TC. Shots are coming for you. It's a happy hour stream here on a Friday. Shots are coming for you, brother. They're coming. They're coming. But yes, Lamar Jackson is back here. And I'll say this again, because like like what I was saying before, I brought up the super chat donation. Joe Burrow is praised for a lot of the things that Lamar Jackson is demonized for. Again, for example, being hurt and missing the playoffs and questioning whether or not he likes football has not like hurt his standing in the top quarterback rankings like at all. At all. But they have damn sure hurt Lamar's. And I don't understand why that is. Have no clue. Oh, actually, no, I have a clue. No, I actually have more than actually, I know exactly what it is. We just, we can't really talk about it. I've talked about it before, but we can't really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But man, the only narrative left at this point that people will hold on to, the only one is the fact that he hasn't had sustained playoff success. Ronald Thomas, appreciate the sub, brother. Thank you for joining the Rain Gang. All right, shots are coming for TC. Shots are coming for TC. Let's go ahead and get this going. Shots are coming for TC. Let's go. TC dropping the 50 ball in the chat, making it rain. No, actually making it thunderstorm here on this episode of Quiet Storm Sports. We appreciate you so much. The power is going out. Like my girl says here, this one's for you, brother.
Who?
For TC.
TC.
To TC. All right, TC. All right, TC. You got me nice and warmed up. We're nice and warmed up now. All right. Thank you so much, brother, again, for the donation. Pulling up from the parking lot there. 100 people watching live right now. Thank y'all so much for coming through to this episode of Quiet Storm Sports. Please be sure to like this video. If you're watching on X, give me a follow. And then also come over to YouTube, Purple Rain Podcast, and search us up there. We talk Ravens pretty much all day, every day. But yes, Lamar Jackson is back in the fold here. I cannot wait to see him. I know you cannot wait to see him. Next week, again, I think I said it yesterday to Alex, like I'm looking at the wide receiver room. Who is going to be getting the better of who in some of these one-on-one drills, some of these 7-on-7 drills, some of these 11-on-11 drills? Who's going to be getting the better of who in that regard? And then also the center, right? I need to see, because the pads aren't going to be on immediately, but when the pads do come on, I need to see if Ethan Pocic is the guy. Because right now, the center job is his to lose. And if he can separate himself from Danny Pinter and Javon Gwynn, that would give me a lot of confidence in this offensive line and subsequently this offense. So lots of things to look forward to going into training camp that officially really kicks off next week. I assume today was just more so like meetings and things like that, because I didn't really see too many reports that came out today about the training camp, but it is what it is. I kind of expected that. But Tuesday, I believe, is the day that everybody reports back to camp. Now, I do want to get into the list of tryouts today. Jeff Zaribek posted this on his Twitter account earlier today. Shout out to Jeff Zaribek. Tryouts, you had Hakeem Adeniji trying out for tackle. William Atkins trying out for quarterback. Jerron Christian trying out for tackle. Chris Moore, who of course made the team, tried out for wide receiver. Dante Pettis for wide receiver. Sterling Shepard, which was the other name of note here on this list. Sterling Shepard, former New York Giants wide receiver. He tried out today for the Baltimore Ravens, assuming he did not make it. Chris Moore did. I don't know what the rest of Sterling Shepard's NFL career holds, but he tried out for the Ravens today, whatever that's worth. And he, I guess, did not make it. But also Casey Washington, wide receiver from Illinois. And then you had, let me see. Yeah, that was all from Baltimore. So, couple trials, of course, a lot of no names, guys who we've never heard of. It is what it is, Rogue Pod dropping the 5-piece in the chat. Hold on, let me see Rogue Pod. Salud, Rogue Pod. My guy Hendo in the house. Hendo is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Drinks for you, brother. Now, Hendo, listen. You know I got this book. Okay? Hendo, you know I got this book. And I've been watching the morning show. I've been watching the morning show with you and Jose a lot recently. And I've been listening to all the Bateman slander, you feel me? All the, you know, I've been listening. Okay. So unfortunately, your name is in the book. And as you know that, I know you know that I know that you know that. But salute to you, brother. I can't wait for the season, man. I cannot wait to see whether or not Bateman actually does turn up for our team or not, or Zay Flowers does turn up for our team or not. It's all in fun at the end of the day. But appreciate Rogue Pod for coming through. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my guy Hendo at Rogue Pod. Got to get him on the show. I got to hit him up. But yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe to Rogue Pod. Lots of great stuff coming out over there. He's also got Hanging with Hendo. Hanging with Hendo is coming back. I didn't even know it was a thing, but I just learned about it the other day. But it's coming back, and I can't wait to take a look at that. So make sure you go subscribe to Rogue Pod as well. Thank you so much, Hendo. Okay. Void making it thunderstorm, man. Making it rain. Void. Appreciate that, brother.
Roll call. If you're in the book, raise your hands.
Oh, my
raise hand
goodness.
emoji. Raise hand emoji. Raise hand emoji.
Void. Jeez, man. Bait hate roll call is crazy. If you're in the book, raise your hands. Come on, man. That's crazy. Ropa says Hanging with Hendo's not coming back. Oh, damn. I must have got some bad information. Shoot. But the bait hate roll call, come on, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna say this once and for all. All right, because I'm tired of bringing this up. When you can show me what NFL wide receiver in the history of the NFL has thrived off of 2 targets per game, then I will listen to your arguments about why Rashad Bateman sucks and why we think we should part ways with him. Then I'll listen. But until then, I'm going to need y'all to mute up when it comes to my boy Bate. I'm going to need y'all to mute up. Because the disrespect is not warranted based off of one season. Oh, well, Sutton, he's had multiple lackluster seasons. Okay, but look, here's the thing. His first 3 seasons riddled with injury. Riddled. But once he got that together, he shows you that he can work with Lamar. He can prove himself to be a productive receiver. But then you also go and drive Zay Flowers. Okay, now we're going to prioritize him. Then you also go and get Derrick Henry. Okay, now we were already a run-first team. Now we're a super run-first team. It's going to be a sad day for a lot of y'all when Rashad Bateman goes elsewhere and starts turning up. Oh, sudden we won't care. He didn't do shit with us. And I get it. But he's got a lot more talent, Rashad Bateman does, than you guys will, excuse me, admit. Than a lot of you guys will admit. Bait hate roll call. It's crazy. Void, you know you already in the book. You in bold, too. Hey, you in bold. Shots are coming for you, though. Dropping a 30 bomb in the chat. You guys are making it rain here. Making it rain here on this episode of the show of Quiet Storm Sports. My lady's pouring them up now. We're going to take them together on the stream for my guy Void here. I think Void, by the way, guys, real quick before I continue, we did an episode earlier today of Sutton Reactions, which is my second channel where I react to pretty much any and everything that doesn't have to do with the Baltimore Ravens. So if you enjoy listening to your boy here, then maybe you might enjoy listening to your boy over on Sutton Reactions, where I talk about pretty much anything that's going on in the world. And yeah, we got into some deep topics today. We did. So make sure youtube.com/Sutton Reactions. Pull up, subscribe, watch those lives as well. Okay? But Void, this one is for you, brother. Dropping a 30 piece in the chat, making it rain. Let's clap it up for him.
What man am staying locked in like Lamar? Can't wait for Lamar to shut all the haters quiet and vindicate RC after the ESPN shenanigans. Hashtag Hatton Bait.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bistro Chef dropping the 10-piece in the chat. He says, Sutton, you going back to back. We're going back to back. Thank you so much, Bistro Chef, making it rain here. Bistro Chef says, what, man? I'm staying locked in like Lamar. Can't wait for Lamar to shut all the haters quiet and vindicate Ryan Clark after the ESPN shenanigans. Hashtag hating on bait. They be hating on my guy Bait, man. I don't understand why. I don't get why, but they do. But yeah, we locked in. Bistro Chef for sure. I cannot wait. I mean, Lamar Jackson was back today. He's locked in. He's back in Baltimore. I can't, man, listen, we only got a few more weeks, chat. Till we get to see 8 back in action. And then let me see. Can't wait for Lamar to shut all the haters quiet. That's another reason why. You guys remember when Lamar Jackson posted that video earlier in the week where he was doing what was it? What's that song? Baby? One way or another, I'm gonna find ya. I'm gonna get you one way. Hey, my man Lamar, he was hitting that on his Instagram story, and he was I think he was talking to the media. I think he was telling the media, like, I'm hearing all the noise out there. I'm not saying nothing about it publicly, but I hear y'all telling me that I'm the 69th best player in the league. I hear y'all telling me that, like, I'm not a top 10 quarterback. I'm barely making top 5. He hears all of that. And I'm telling you, he's locked in. And I'm locked in for you right here. Eclectic Bistro Chef dropping the 10-piece in the chat. This one's for you. We going back to back, brother. Going back to back. This one's for you, Bistro Chef. Me and my lady with the Metallica shirt on tonight. So beautiful. Here we go. Y'all trying to take me out today. Listen, replay gang. If you are following along and you're watching on the weekend, please be sure, keep up with me with the drinks. Keep up with me. That's the point of the happy hour stream. Especially if you're live, you got no excuse. If you do drink. If you don't drink, I understand. Let me see. Please get rid of this voice. What voice? What voice am I doing? Did I change my voice? I don't know. I see Chris. What's going on, Chris? Appreciate you for coming through, Chris. Feel like it's been a long time no see. Bait hate roll call. That's crazy. Ashley says I need to get my drinks flowing too. Yes, you do. It's about that time. Okay. Here we go. World class, what up? What's next? I want to get into this Jesse Minter interview from yesterday. Can we get into that? Chat? Because there were a lot of things that Jesse Minter said that I felt like flew over a lot of people's heads. Okay? A lot of things. So let's go ahead and get into Jesse Minter's interview here with the Lounge podcast yesterday. Jesse Minter, I don't even know exactly the order of the topics these are, but just kick back, relax. We're going to break down pretty much everything of note that he said here. Let's take a listen.
More about the players, have them learn a little bit more about us, maybe on a personal level, even outside of football. And when you develop that connection and that trust and that brotherhood, then normally good things happen.
Well, the other exciting thing about training camp is the pads come on, right? That's a big change, and we get to see a little bit more of that physicality. Now, John Harbaugh around here, his practice training camps were known for being kind of grueling, really challenging physically, almost went the length, the entire allowance of practice, pads on for as many days as you could get them. Jim Harbaugh, from what I read.
Wait a minute, real quick. I see that Tila and Miss Fancy Pants in the chat have made it clear that the voice that they're talking about is the AI voice that reads the super chat, the lady's voice. And what I would just say is this: why do y'all hate women? Because this woman just trying to earn her keep on my channel. That's all she's trying to do. You feel me? Why y'all hate women? She's just doing her job. That's it. That's it. And it's only when somebody sends a $10 super chat donation or more. Okay, that's it. Respect all women.
Glide was kind of the word, right? Kind of easing into training camp and whatnot. What's your outlook on that? Because that's a balance that every head coach walks. How physical, how demanding do I want my training camp to be while protecting my players, also making sure that we're keeping the team healthy?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of different ways to do it.
Yeah.
And all of those different ways, both of those coaches have been as successful as most at this level.
Yeah.
And so their ways have always been very successful. I think having a chance to be around them and other coaches, you kind of figure out your own thoughts on it. And football is a very physical game. It's played a certain way. We want to play a certain style. And to be able to play that style, you do have to, get good at it by practicing that way.
Yeah.
And then you also have to find those times and find that great balance to, knock on wood, you try to do your best to stay healthy. The injury rate's always going to be beyond zero. That just is what it is.
Yeah.
But try to find ways to help our team be fresh when it matters, but at the same time, put in the work and put in the grind and put in the process. So taking great things from both those guys. I've had a chance to be around them both. Tons of respect for both of them and how they've operated. And so there'll be definitely things from both those guys that we try to implement.
One thing I noticed on the schedule is morning practices. You're doing more of that, whereas, this team the past several years has been more afternoon. Can you talk about the reasoning behind that for you?
It's just a little bit of study. There's a bunch of different ways to think about it and look at it. It'll transition as we get closer to the season back to a little bit more of like the time that you play,
Gotcha.
So
It does feel like, he's a little bit, Jesse Minter, that is, he's a little bit more hands-on and intentional about the way he goes about things, in terms of practicing, in terms of we're going to do morning practices to ramp up the season, but closer to the season and in season, we're going to play games or not play games. We're going to practice around the times that we would play games, things like that. Like, very well thought out. Very well thought out. I love that about Jesse Minter. Also, the other thing that we learned earlier this offseason, Zay Flowers spoke up on a podcast and said, hey, look, John Harbaugh had us out there running like dogs, like mules, basically. Like, game day, like practices were brutal. It sounds like Jesse Minter is going to kind of ease back a little bit and make sure that these guys can do what his motto says, which is be the best when your best is needed, right? I don't need you to be at your best on a random Wednesday, okay, during practice. I need you to be at your best on Sunday at 1 p.m., on Sunday night, on Monday night, on Thursday. That's when I need you to be at your best. Because at the end of the day, Harbaugh, listen, we talking about practice. We talking about practice, not the game. Practice. All these guys, what you got to realize, all these guys at the professional level are what? Professionals. They're professionals. They have the conditioning. They know what needs to be done. They know what it takes. Your edge over the next professional team is making sure that your professional team is well rested, making sure that your professional team, their bodies are 100% ready to go on game day. And it feels like Jesse Minter is prioritizing that, which is something that I love. I love it. Let's move on to the next part, though. Next part, right here.
And then at the same time, like always being willing and able to adjust and adapt. And, you hope it's not, but 3 days in, it may be, hey, we're going to switch times to this, or next year we're going to switch times to this. I think you're always looking at ways to improve and do it better. And so this is kind of the starting point for us that we feel gives us a chance, and we'll always try to find the best way to do it.
Along those same lines, I'm curious, have you thought in game about how aggressive you want to be? I think some fans look at it, they think younger head coach, they're going to go for it every fourth down, like analytics, all of that. What's your perspective on how you want to manage the game within the game? That's
a great question. Definitely have put a lot of thought into that. We were able to get Charlie Gelman from Indy had been here before, the Baltimore native, in a game management role. And so we've had a ton of great talks and conversations about numbers and analytics and what information is available as you're making these decisions. I think that everything is very, very game specific and situation specific, meaning, you're not just going to be an aggressive fourth down team because that's what you say you are. Like, what's the game? What's the matchups? How favorable is it for the defense or for the offense or field position? All those different things that you put into it to make the best decision. I do think we have
There's nuance to it. That's the answer.
Maybe one of the best fourth down weapons in the history of the National Football League,
Right, yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
I love that he understands that. One thing that I loved about John Harbaugh was that on 4th and short, we were going for it. Listen, on 4th and short with John Harbaugh, when he had Lamar Jackson, we could be 4th and short and we could be inside our own 20. We might still go for that motherfucker. If the time was right, we would go for it. So like, I love the fact that he knows Lamar Jackson is kind of like that multi-tool, right? He's that ultimate weapon where even on 4th and short, on 4th down in general, you can put the ball in his hands and expect for good things to happen. But I think he gave the right answer there. He gave the politically correct, which is the overall, like, can't be mad at answer, where it's like, hey, it depends on how the flow of the game is. Like, who are we playing? Is our offense dominating that day? Is our defense dominating that day? Yes, no, okay, well, we're going to react this way. Sometimes we'll trust our defense, right? Sometimes maybe we're at midfield and we have 4th and 2 and the offense really hasn't been moving that much all day. Yeah, maybe we might punt it into, the opposing teams inside their 20. If Ryan Eckley can manage, right? Maybe we might pin them deep and see if we can flip the field on defense, right? I'm looking at the defense to be a major factor. You know what's crazy? You know what's dangerous? Having a guy like Jesse Minter calling the defense. I feel like right now the NFL is seeing a new regime of young, innovative, defensive-minded head coaches. Let me explain. The previous era was the young, offensive-minded head coaches. So those were your Kyle Shanahans. Those were your Sean McVays. Right now it's your Clint Kubiaks, right? Those kind of guys. But the guard has kind of shifted, and we've seen that in the last couple of Super Bowls, back towards defensive strategy. Most recently, you saw Mike McDonald doing what he did, as a young defensive coach, a young defensive head coach, right? Recently, you saw what he did. Now, I think Jesse Minter is next up. I think that Jesse Minter is going to put the entire National Football League on notice. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not scared of y'all. Who remembers that Bernie Mac stand up? I'm not scared of y'all. I'm telling y'all, these Ravens are about to be insane. Another Jesse Minter tidbit.
The Ravens defense is the foundation of the scheme that we probably run. Mm-hmm. And so that's been around here for a long, long time. And so we're not coming in and it's not a wholesale change defensively. There was a lot of great things done here. And so I think it's just nuances, and things that we've evolved. Walked out of the door here at the end of the 2020 season and now I've had 4 years of doing it, on my own and evolving it. And so it's completely different probably than we walked out, but the roots of it are probably still intact. Mm-hmm. And so I think just teaching the nuances and all that, especially in the secondary coverage standpoint, I love where it's at right now, coming off of an off-season program. I think we have some really good pieces.
Oh, chat. I don't know. I think y'all missed it. I think y'all might have missed it, chat. I think y'all might have missed it. Here's something that Jesse Minter just said that I feel like a lot of you guys missed. He just mentioned how the Ravens defense for so many years has been dominant. And he said, it's not going, like, my game plan, Jesse Minter's game plan, is not going to be a complete overhaul of what the Ravens defense was. They already did a lot of great things here. So if anything, we're just going to build off of what already was here. This foundation. You know, lots of variations of, you know, defensively at least, right? 2 down linemen, things like that. Having safeties who can be versatile, dominant linebackers, having a dominant run defense. All that's here to stay. That's what I heard when I listened to Jesse Minter say those things. That's what I hear. I think I was talking to Alex yesterday, and he said the indictment on Trey Hendrickson was that he can't stop the run. That's not one of his strong suits. But I argued back at Alex, as I did a lot on yesterday's episode. Make sure you go watch that one. I told him that the Bengals are not good as a unit stopping the run, but the Ravens always have been. So tell me again, why are we relying on Trey Hendrickson, of all people? You're telling me not Nnamdi Madubuike, not Travis Jones, not John Jenkins, not any of those guys. We're relying on Trey Hendrickson to stop the run. Yeah, they might run outside zone to his side of the field, sure. But that's why you have a Kyle Hamilton. That's why you have a Roquan Smith. Okay? We're relying on Trey Hendrickson to rush the passer, and that is all. That's it. Because you want to know what? That's something that the Ravens could not do to save their damn life last year. Finished bottom 5 in the league in sacks. Bottom 5. So, yes, I mean, I'm good with Trey Hendrickson not being able to stop the run, which I think is an overblown statement in itself. Because we'll see this year. Teal says, help close out games. That's all we need. That's all we need. Close out the games. Chris Chase says, Cincinnati cope. Yeah, Cincinnati's been coping real hard. I've been in them Reddit, them Reddit, what do they call it? Subreddits. The Bengals, oh yeah, he can't stop the run. Good luck, Ravens. Guess what? We can stop the run without Trey Hendrickson. We've proved that. We just can't get after the passer. That's why we needed him. And that's what he does. So, you know, one man's trash is another man's what? That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. What's the next little part of it here? Let me see what we got. More good stuff right about on this 23-minute mark, right about here.
I don't think we look at it as like, oh, they haven't done this yet.
Okay.
Let's see.
In a way to unlock, okay, defensive coaching staff acts like there's a bunch of guys
Mike Green
take this jump. This roster's, that's one of the things that I have spent a lot of time thinking about and talking about. And I look through this roster, particularly on defense, and I think of like a guy like Nate Wiggins. Like he could take this jump and be one of the best corners in the league. Or Malachi Starks, he could lead the team in interceptions. Like
Mike Green. There's so many breakout guys on
like,
defense.
Exactly. Like Mike Green could have double-digit sacks. Like there's a bunch of guys, so we could go through them all. But as you and the rest of the defensive coaching staff are looking at this roster, are you looking at some of these guys and saying like, okay, let's Mike Green is double-digit sack potential guy.
Hey, Darlene.
Let's find a way to unlock that. Or Malachi Starks could have 7 interceptions this year. Let's find a way to attack that and unlock that.
I think there's elements of what you're saying that happen. I don't think we look at it as like, oh, they haven't done this yet.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily like hey, let's have him take this leap that he hasn't done yet. I think when you evaluate players, you look at their skill set. Mike Green, you could pull up a 30-play cut-up of him from last season, and he looks like a dominant pass rusher.
That's facts.
30-play cut-up.
Yep.
Right.
Now, you may pull up a 200-play cut-up, and there's work to do.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
the flashes of the plays are what you see, and then it's like, okay, how do we just build on this and allow him to do this as many times as possible? How can we get this guy to play free, to rush free, to utilize the skill set that made him such a desirable draft pick when he was coming out, such a productive college player, and it's like that with all of them. I think all the guys that you're talking about, man, there's flashes of Nate Wiggins being a dominant corner, in certain games, and there's flashes of Malachi Starks going up and high pointing the ball against.
By the way, guys, I went back and I listened 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times over. Y'all were wrong when y'all told me that I was crazy for saying that Jesse Minter sounds like a young John Harbaugh, because he does. He just does. Like, I hate to break it to y'all, but like, he does. I don't mean that. I'm not saying that to mean that he is a young John Harbaugh or he is John Harbaugh. I'm not saying that, but like, the coach speak, you can tell like he's already like trained to the gills for the media. Like, he knows exactly what to and what not to say, all that sort of stuff. Only reason why we ended up hating Harbaugh for his coach speak is because the results did not match what he was saying at the podium at times. And again, I don't say that to say that Jesse Minter is going to be the next John Harbaugh. I don't think that at all. But he does sound like that. He sounds like it. I'm sorry. This is what it is. This is what it is. Chris says, I'm just glad he doesn't sound like an old John Harbaugh. That's a fact. Tanja says, hey, y'all, driving home and listening. Shout out to you, Tanja. Thank you so much for coming through. Make sure you be safe out there on them streets. Be safe on them streets. And happy Friday to you, Tanja. All right, let's keep on listening.
Vikings and making a great play in the middle of the field. And so I think that there is proof, and it's just like, okay, once a player proves that he can do it, now it's just building confidence into them, building daily habits into them, building scheme things in where now they can do the things that they do really well over and over again as many times as possible. When they do that, now they just gain confidence, they play free, and it's not a surprise when they make that same play that they've already made. Now maybe he just makes that play 6 times this year, and all of a sudden he's a breakout player because he had 6 interceptions. And so these guys are all great players, and they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be in the position that they're in if they weren't great players. They have great talent. Again, coach's job is to try to unlock that as many times as possible, put them in position to do the things that they do well. And that's certainly what we'll try to do with all those guys.
Now, I hope during the kind of time off that you were able to get away from social media, because that's just the best, right? But if you didn't, I don't know if you noticed the NFL Top 100 list, right? Because they generate all these things, right? This is what we do.
Here we go, Chad. Here we go, Chad.
We'll admit it gets slow. You got to reach a little bit. And one of the things they do is list after list after list. So the NFL Top 100 list, Lamar, if you didn't see this, Lamar slipped to number 69. Of course, it ruffled the feathers of all of us here in Baltimore. Wondering from his coach's perspective, the outlook on that, and kind of the Lamar Jackson debate just never dies, right? This guy has to prove people wrong like 100 times, and then it still keeps happening. What's your perspective?
I saw that. Okay. Look, if there's, there may not even be one other player in the league better than Lamar, yet alone 68 players in the league better than Lamar.
It's not. Period.
There's nobody we'd rather have as our quarterback. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks on the list at this time that are ahead of him, which, or however they come up with that, I'm not really sure.
Yep.
I know Lamar, is I don't think he worries about that. I think he wants to win. I think he wants to win big. I think he wants to, get back. When you have 1 year where, he dealt with a little bit of injury, and then the team, whatever, like people just, I don't know, certain players, they hold on to that. Certain players, they give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
This guy is a multi-MVP winner, has transcended the quarterback position. He knows how I feel about him. I'm not. I guess I don't
Exactly.
put too much stock into
Talk to
what
him,
the
coach.
what the list
What they
looks
talking
like.
about?
Yeah.
I did text him about it, and kind of had an interesting back and forth about it
that's
between
funny.
him and I.
Yeah.
But there was, I looked.
I told Alex this yesterday. Don't just skate over the part where Jesse Minter said he texted Lamar Jackson about that 69th ranking on the top 100. He texted him. He basically told Lamar Jackson, "Hey, look, they throwing shots at you. Those shots are hitting me. Like I got you. I got your back. You feel me? And when they started throwing shots at you, I felt that. So I had to reach out to you to make sure that you good. That means the world. That means everything." Okay. And I imagine that text message conversation between Jesse Minter and Lamar Jackson probably went Jesse Minter saying, "Hey, look, saw that you were ranked 69th. Ha ha ha. How do you feel about that?" Lamar probably said, "Coach, I don't care about that. I'm just trying to win. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl, coach. That's all." And Jesse was probably like, "All right, well, understood. Understood. Understood." And another thing about Jesse Minter in this interview, he did not at all, back down from the, hey, we've got Super Bowl aspirations. He didn't back down from that at all. A lot of coaches, including John Harbaugh last season, would back down from, hey, like saying like, look, we're going to go out there. We're going to win a Super Bowl. We're going to heist the Lombardi. That's what we're trying to do. Harbaugh would say anything else in the book to not say that. But you had to respect it because he has that Super Bowl ring in his trophy case, right? However you might look at that ring, the mutiny that was started in 2012 with the players, and they overthrew John Harbaugh and said, "Hey, look, we're going to do things our way." And when they did things their way, they ended up winning the Super Bowl their way. Also, you look at the fact that in that Super Bowl, they damn near gave up the lead towards the end. Had it not been for a Jimmy Smith, right, game-saving play, which honestly, in modern day NFL, depending on who the referee was, would have thrown the flag, would have called a hold, and that would have massively changed the game. I'm just saying. I don't mean to traumatize us longtime fans like that, but I'm just saying. Anywho. Let me see. Oh, you guys can hear Ace in the background. That's what it is. Ace says, "Stop making shit up." Said, "Bitch, I'm a dog, Roof." Yeah, he's in the background. I can hear him too. I don't know what's wrong with him. Well, I know what's wrong with him. He wants to go outside. But unfortunately, I'm on here live with you guys, so I can't take him out right now. It'll have to be after this. He's going to have to wait, chat. He's going to have to wait. All right, let me see. What next do we have here from our guy, Jesse Minter? Let me see. Another big takeaway.
Living up to that, there is a standard that we're trying to do. And so he does a great job of holding those guys accountable in a positive way, but in a very accountable way. And I'm looking forward to seeing that grow and seeing how it shakes out, and very excited about it.
You mentioned the offensive line rebuild, and we just brought in Ethan Posick at center. What did you see from Ethan on film or talking to him or whatnot that made you want to bring him in, and what do you expect from him?
This is a guy that's played a ton of football. 97 career starts. He's played in the AFC North. He's played in some similar schematic things, I would say, as obviously the zone and the wide zone have sort of been vogue throughout the NFL the last couple of years, for a while now. But just a guy to add into the mix, and that does not lower my excitement or standards of the guys that we already have, and that they can't be the starting center too. But I think anytime you're you lose the caliber. Tyler Linderbaum's a great player. There's
he's a great player. All right.
Everybody knows that.
Sure.
He got a contract that says that. And so, grateful to him and what he gave to this place. And so when you're replacing that, it's just again, what are the options, the best options, let it all shake out. Let's let him compete during training camp. He's a
Ravenville, appreciate that gold coin, brother. Thank you for the jewels.
guy. Ethan's a guy that needed to get healthy throughout the offseason, healthy now and able to, come into the mix and the competition at center. Dwayne Ledford, our O-line coach, is a guy that I got, a really high confidence level in to build a unit that'll allow us to be successful. So look forward to just seeing how that all shakes out.
I'm really excited about this O-line. I mean, you get John Simpson in free agency, obviously.
Real quick, chat. Real quick. Look at those helmets that they got right there. Them helmets are mean. They're look at that. The Darkness Falls helmet on the right. And then the Purple Rising. I think that is the Purple Rising helmet on the left. Or what are they calling that? The Next Flight Purple? I don't know what they're calling that. I need it regardless. I need that purple. I need both of them, to be honest with you. I don't need the full size though, because I'm not suiting up. I ain't heading out there on the gridiron. I just need something that I can put behind me on the set. By the way, guys, major set changes coming soon. Major set changes coming soon. Your boy is upgrading right before the season. Make sure you stick around here on the Purple Rain podcast. Make sure you stick around.
Venga, Ioane in the first round. I mean, the physicality, and then you have these tackles who are experienced dudes who have played at a high level. What's your outlook on the offensive line as you enter training camp?
The O-line drives your team and kind of drives the type of team that you're going to be.
Coach gosh, that is such a fact. That is a bar. Say that again, Jesse Minter. Please say that again one more time for those in the back.
Yep.
Say it again.
The O-line drives your team and kind of drives the type of team that you're going to be. Coach Ledford.
Talk to him, Coach.
I'd have to double check, but
no, he said the O-line. I really need y'all to hear this. The O-line drives the team. It runs your team. That determines how good you are as a whole, offensively, defensively. If your O-line is dominating, the entire team eats. The entire team. The rest of the offense eats. The defense eats. Everybody eats. The coaching. This is why I need, emphasis on the word need, Venga Ioane to be as advertised. I need John Simpson to still hold the line. I know he's getting older, but I need him to hold the line. I need him to stay steady. Ethan Pocic, veteran, like my guy Jesse Minter mentioned here, he started in 97 games. That's 10 times more than anybody else who we currently have rostered. He started that many games at center. If those guys can produce, they're the most. Let's be real. They are the most important players on the team. The top three most important players on the Baltimore Ravens are as follows: Venga Ioane, Ethan Pocic, and John Simpson. That's it. That's it. Those three, guard, center, guard. If those three guys are good, the rest of this team will naturally follow. If those three guys are good, the running backs are going to have open lanes. If those three guys are good, the wide receivers are actually going to have time. Charles, appreciate the sub. The wide receivers are actually going to have time to get open and show Lamar their numbers so he can get them the ball. If those three guys are good, okay, the offense will be putting up more points and allow the defense to pin their ears back and know what the opposing offense wants to do. Everything is predicated off of your offensive line. I keep telling y'all the game of football is played from what? The inside out. I keep saying it. I'm not going to say it again. Really quick, some of y'all asked about Ace. Here he is, chilling in the living room, waiting for me to get done with this stream so I can take him outside. He's a really good boy. He's an American pit bull. He's a really good boy, though. That's Ace. In case any of you guys didn't know what he looked like, he will be featured on stream a lot more. He'll be featured on stream a lot more when the season starts. When the season starts, he'll be featured a lot more. And that picture the picture I just showed you guys was like maybe 5 minutes ago. Here's a more recent picture. He's now asleep. Again, waiting for his father to take him outside. Anywho, back to good old Jesse Minter, right? What else did he say in here in this interview? He said a lot of things that I feel like flew over a lot of people's heads. Here was the next thing.
His position room, the offense, the team, and he's everything that you want, you know. Mm-hmm. And then I think when you watch him up close in practice and you realize that he has a very, very unique skill set for what people would say in stature as a smaller wide receiver.
Right.
He's twitchy enough, explosive enough, almost like he's willing to make tough catches. Like he's got a mentality that nobody can cover him. Mm-hmm. And so he can play any position on the offense as far as like the wide receivers go. He's not just a slot guy. He's not just an outside guy. Mm-hmm. He's not just a gadget guy. He can do everything. He can be all of those things.
Prove me wrong, coach.
And so I think, again, when you talk about coaches having a vision and a plan, I think our offensive coaches have a great plan and vision for maximizing the best players, mm-hmm. and Zay certainly being one of those guys. And I look forward to him getting the ball in as many ways as possible. Yeah. The more that guy touches the ball, the better we'll be.
Y'all heard it there, chat. Y'all heard it there. That's y'all boy. That's y'all mans. Zay Flowers. Jesse Minter said, "Hey, look, the more he touches the ball, the better the Ravens will be." And again, I reiterate, I said this last night on the main pod, Zay Flowers averaged 6 targets per game last year. By the way, that's 3 times more targets per game than Rashad Bateman. Just wanted to put that out there. Anywho, he has 6 targets per game last year. I feel like if the Ravens do not sign any other wide receiver, I think you can bump up Zay Flowers' target share to about 7 to 7.5 targets per game. They are going to make it a point because this is 2 coaches now. Jesse Minter said, hey, look, the more we get him the ball, the better. Declan Doyle said in the Ravens Wired, hey, we got to get you a ball. They are going to purposely try to force feed Zay Flowers. He's going to get at least 7 to maybe 8 targets a game now. And hopefully, my hope is that they don't utilize him as a gadget guy as much. And I love the fact that Jesse Minter says here that, hey, look, he's not just a gadget guy. He's not just a guy who you have to throw in motion. He can do it all. And I love that Jesse realizes that because that's what I want to see out of Zay Flowers. I don't want to see him catch the ball 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then make 3 juke moves for a gain of 4. I don't want to see that. I want to see Zay Flowers running routes down the field, catching the ball in open space, and then getting active after that. That's what I want to see. Okay? So I love what Jesse Minter is saying right here. You guys know I don't hate Zay Flowers. I feel how I felt. I don't think that he is a wide receiver 1 right now. I've been saying this. I'm not going to harp on it. I don't feel like he's a wide receiver 1. He's our wide receiver 1, but he needs to actually be a little bit more dominant in my eyes to be considered a legit bona fide 1. I'll just leave it at that. But I'm going to continue with what Jesse Minter was saying here. Let me see. What else did he say? Let me just let it keep rolling.
There's a lot of first year head coaches. There's a fair amount of turnover this past cycle, but I feel like you're in a unique position because the expectations haven't changed at all, right? It's not like this is a rebuild here whatsoever, right? Even though this team didn't make the playoffs last year, the bar is high, right? And this roster, you look at it, you're like, man, we're loaded again.
Happy Friday, y'all. Like the video.
How do you approach training camp with that mentality, with that knowing, hey, this team can do some special things this this year, you know?
Yeah. I think the players would tell you, like, we don't want to shy away from the standards of this building.
Yeah.
And they've won 2 Super Bowls, 2000, 2012. They've been in the playoffs a ridiculous number of times in the last 18 years, 15 years, however you want to slice it.
Right, yeah.
A lot of years, all the way back to the beginning or the last 5, however you look at it.
Right.
And so we certainly don't shy away from that.
Okay.
Our main
I love
objective
that.
is that the way that we do things, how we operate, matches what we want to accomplish. The very first thing I talked about with the guys was like the Super Bowl being in SoFi, the date, the time. We plan on being here.
Oh, you heard that. You heard that, right? You heard that, right? Jesse Minter, he said, hey, look, first thing I talked about with them boys, I said, hey, look, Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day next year, fellas. It's in LA, fellas. Y'all trying to go? Because I'm trying to go. Like, he put it in the group chat early. He said, hey, look, LA in February. Who's with it? He told him. I mean, it's a stark difference. I know I'm being silly. It's a stark difference between that and John Harbaugh saying all of 365 days ago. Anybody who says Super Bowl or bust, they've just never won anything. They've just never. And you just roll your eyes. You just roll your eyes, right? Because, like, John, you won 1 Super Bowl in 2012. And ever since then, you haven't sniffed one. You haven't even had an appearance. So who are you? Respectfully, who are you to talk about whether or not Super Bowl or bust is for losers or winners? I never understood that. Never understood that. Listen, guys, 130 people watching live right now across platforms. Thank y'all so much. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. If you're watching on X, give me a follow. I'd appreciate that. But let's keep on listening to new Ravens head coach, Jesse Minter.
That's not something you talk about every day, though.
Right.
Once you talk about it once and you kind of get agreement that, like, yeah, we would all love to be there. Hey, would everybody love to be in the Super Bowl this year? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So now it's about the daily process and the daily grind of getting better to put yourself in position to compete for that.
Right.
So again, yeah, we got to, when you take these jobs, I looked at it a little bit the year before, I don't know if any of those jobs that were open in 24 had Lamar Jackson behind center.
Right.
And then this year, very unique. 2 of them, I would say, or really 3, like Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Buffalo all opened up as kind of like surprises with veteran coaches. And so, certainly don't shy away from that. I'd rather be at a place where the standard is to compete and win Super Bowls than to, hey, 6 wins this year would be a good step in the right direction.
Right,
so,
right.
I think as a competitor, every team's going into the year thinking that they can compete for it and win it.
Yep.
We're no different, but at the end of the day, it's going to be about the daily process, the daily grind, how we're able to come together, how we're able to overcome adversity. I was actually thinking about this. So, like, you look at the 2000 Ravens, like the epitome of, like, you win the Super Bowl. That doesn't mean throughout the course of that season you were like this. They went 5 weeks.
The offense went, a month. Exactly.
And then you go to 2012 and you look at a very similar.
I just sent myself my own, like, jewels because, like, YouTube gave me apparently a few free jewels to use. That's so cool. I didn't know I could do that. That's crazy. Shout out to me.
Fashion where there's stretches in that year where you're making a change at a key position on the staff or whatever.
Coordinator, right?
So it's really about building a team that can, when things are good, keep getting better. When things are bad, can stick together and overcome things, overcome adversity. It's gonna happen, and so that's really the main focus: is building a team, building a mindset, building a thought process that, man, we can sustain, we can last. It's going to take, when the regular season starts, it's going to take 23, 24 weeks of sacrifice and commitment for us to, if we want to end up where we want to end up. And so that's really the daily process of doing that. And I certainly love to be at a place where the standards and the expectations are what they are.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Last one for me is we
Mike,
love to be
appreciate
your
the jewels,
best
brother.
drills that you did throughout the offseason, tossing the medicine ball, a variety of different things.
Yeah.
Are those going to continue in training camp? Is that here to stay?
You know, the thought process of that is definitely something that we'll continue to do.
Steve Loop in the chat. What's going on, Mr. Loop? Appreciate you for coming through. Welcome to the weekend.
In training camp, it may be a little bit more football specific. But I told the guys, like, the whole idea of that is, you know, you're ready when your number's called, and you don't know what play is going to be the difference in the game. And you don't know what it's going to come down to. It may be a game where it's 42-41 and we got to make a play. It may be a game where it's 10-3, you know, and so there's going to be times where I always talked about this on defense, the last place, like there's going to be a game where we don't play very well and it's 38-36. But if we get a stop at the end of the game, none of that matters. We win the game.
Yeah, and see, this is what I was saying the other day. This is what I was saying, like, you never know what play your name is going to be called. Your number is going to be called. So, like, being your best when your best is needed, that is such a great exercise to kind of employ there, like during practices, minicamp training, whatever, you know, because I would rather have a team that, again, I said this last night, is always ready, that stays ready so they don't have to get ready. You know, I would love that. That mentality is what the Ravens need, especially in the postseason.
And I just feel like you're trying to create that mentality that you can overcome all those things. And so the whole idea is, like, they don't know what's coming in that period, and it might be a 3rd and goal on the 5 and one play to win the game.
Yeah.
You know, so there may be some more football specific things.
Okay.
But the whole mentality there is just kind of like, you don't know what's about to happen. You don't know how the game's going to go. Be ready to answer the bell when your number's called. Yeah. And let's train. I think you got to train yourself to do that.
Yeah. All right. 2 more questions for me. There's one I forgot about that I wanted to talk about, this team's pass catchers, you know, and kind of relying on some younger guys, you know, after some free agency departures, both at wide receiver and at tight end. How do you feel about that group? You know, Devontae Walker, the 2 rookies, Jacoby Elijah, and then your 2 tight ends and Hibner and Cuevas, you know. You obviously have the elite guys. You have Zay and Mark and Bate, guys who have done it, you know, but some of these young guys are going to have to step up. You know, how do you kind of look at that group entering training camp?
You know, it's just opportunity, endless opportunity.
Yeah.
You mentioned it. We do have some established weapons on offense. You know, I throw Derek, obviously. And so there's like, between Lamar, Derek, Mark, Zay, Bate, like, these guys are going to touch the ball. And so I look at it as a very cool situation for a young player where, like, you know, it's an opportunity. You're not going to have to be the featured guy, but there's opportunity.
Boyd, yes, you heard that right. You heard that right. Your head coach, Jesse Minter, just called Rashad Bateman an elite wide receiver. Do I agree with that right here today? No. Okay, I got to be real with y'all. Young Savage, appreciate the jewels, brother. Thank you for coming through. But no, I don't agree with Bateman being elite right now. He's got to show me more. I will say that. But Jesse Minter, definitely, you did not mishear that. He did say that.
There, and there's going to be a lot of attention placed on the guys that we just talked about.
Right.
And so there's real opportunity there to find a niche, you know, whether it's one of those receivers or one of those tight ends. I expect that to be great battles, you know, to kind of find a role, find a place to thrive. You're going to need guys that can do the dirty work, that can make clutch plays. I think all those guys, you know, when you look at like Surratt and Jacoby, man, they have unique skill sets. Jacoby, you know, is a big target with a big catch radius and a red zone weapon, is proven in college to make some really, really crazy red zone catches. Surratt, I mean, you talk about a guy, the epitome of how Indiana played and won the national championship is watch that guy's film from college and how the toughness that he plays with, the clutch plays that the guy makes. And then the tight ends as well, you know. So I look forward to that. I think Tez is a guy that could take another, step. And even just an opportunity, you know, kind of talked about it earlier, like just an opportunity to go make plays and do things. He has his feet wet now and kind of knows what it looks like. And so that's going to be really fun to see. And I look forward to kind of seeing, man, the cream rises to the top and how that thing shakes out.
All right, and last one is: are we going to see the Minter kids out there at practice? I'm excited.
All right, I don't care about his kids. I'm not gonna lie. Not to say it like that, chat, but all right, it's cool. All right, I see y'all frying me in the chat. Y'all frying me, roasting your boy Sutton. It's crazy, but it's all good though. I still love y'all, regardless. I do. Let me get into this. Outside of Ravens news, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid has announced that quarterback Patrick Mahomes has been fully cleared to participate in practice. So as we know, Patrick Mahomes had tore his ACL to shreds last year, and now he is back. And also Rashee Rice, who underwent a cleanup procedure on his right knee and ended up recovering in jail, has also been cleared to practice in training camp per head coach Andy Reid. So, Antila, you're holding up two fingers. I'm not that messed up. Y'all got me fucked up, but y'all don't got me fucked up at the same time, if that makes sense. Anywho, but yeah, the Chiefs look like they're going to be back at full strength now. Patrick Mahomes even said in an interview today that he doesn't plan on running the football as much as he has in the past couple of seasons. He feels like he's going to be able to defer to K9, aka Kenneth Walker, for the running purposes on the team. And it's like, all right, that's all good, but if you don't have the receivers and the pass catchers to live up to what the expectations are for the Chiefs, because I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, it's Super Bowl expectations every single year for you. Even after last season, it was a down year. The past 2 seasons have been down seasons for Chiefs fans, or the Chiefs just in general. But like, if you're a Chiefs fan, then like you do expect them to win a Super Bowl. But Rashee Rice, I mean, like, would y'all say Rashee Rice is better than Zay Flowers? That's tough for me. It's close. It's very, very close for me. So if you don't have a receiver that's better than Zay Flowers, and your second best after that is who? I mean, Xavier Worthy. I just don't. I don't see that being. I don't see that working. I don't.
Sutton,
Young
you need a pillow,
Savage.
Mike. I don't take another shot. I'ma take this one for ya.
Young Savage says, Sutton, you need a pillow, my guy. Don't take another shot. I'm going to take this one for you. Nah, bro. I'm taking them with you. Shots are coming for you, 205 Young Savage. Let me see. Smitty said, going off for 3 shots of unleaded. Smitty, disrespectful. You disrespectful, Smitty. Ain't no unleaded. This premium gas. It's gas right here. All gas, no brakes. That's what we do here. Happy hour stream, y'all. Let me see what else y'all are saying. Spicy Rice says, no, but I also don't like Rashee Rice. Okay. Eye is on Conor McGregor's knee is wild, huh? Oh, Ace is mad that he's been woken up from his nap, folks. He's been woken up from his nap and now he's upset. Chat. It's not my fault. It's the chat's fault. Not my fault. But eye on Conor McGregor's. They're saying my eyes are low. Like they don't even. Babe, what? They don't.
Okay.
What the heck is going on here? She trying to expose me to the world and some more. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right. Huh? You pour it. Pour it, Bobby. Sudden eyes lower than Bateman's stats. Oh, glaucoma. You're doing me bad now. You're doing me bad. Let me get back to the super chat donation. It's about Mr. 205 Young Savage. Clap it up for him. Making it rain here on this episode of Quiet Storm Sports. Forget the haters. Replay gang, shout out to y'all. If you're still listening, you are a trooper. Appreciate you. Make sure you turn on notifications so you can catch the next live stream. This shot right here is for you. Baby, you got to get in the stream. You got to get in the camera.
Who's this for?
This one is for Mr. 205 Young Savage. Shout out to you, 205. Welcome to the weekend, brother. Cheers up. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Thank you so much, Young Savage. Anywho. Damn, I might start feeling these motherfuckers in a little bit. Let me see what else we got for y'all. Let me see what else. So the Chiefs, they should be back at full strength, right? They should be, at least. What I want to show y'all next is something that came out earlier today. Ryan Clark was fired from ESPN earlier this week. He just broke his silence about that firing. Let's take a listen.
You know, man, like this show, for 3 years, bro, we never shied away from any topic. Right. We never shied away from tackling anything. We did this year. Because I knew I couldn't have no beef. I knew I couldn't respond to disrespect, right? I knew, for lack of a better word, I couldn't be too black. What makes me sad is, even in trying to adjust to be.
What did he say? Hold on. Wait, what did he say? Let me scroll that back a little bit.
Respond to disrespect, right? I knew, for lack of a better word, I couldn't be too black. What makes me sad is, even in trying to adjust to be at least more of what certain people wanted, they still fired me. You know, man.
So we see the angle. All right, we see the angle that Ryan Clark is moving with after being fired from ESPN. He's taking the race angle. He's taking the angle of the workplace did not accept me because I was too black, which can be very, very valid. I'm not saying he's taking an angle to say that, like, whatever he's saying is disingenuous. He's just making things up to make ESPN look bad. I'm not saying that. But this is the first time we've heard him speak out about why he thinks he was fired from ESPN. And he's saying that he could not be black enough. He could not be himself enough. There was another clip that was shared. Before I give my full takes and perspective on this, there was another clip that was shared. Here it goes here.
And this kid, you know.
He's emotional. Wow.
From the West Bank.
Wow.
Is like so accepted.
I've never seen him this emotional.
Like, I wouldn't change that. You know? Never. You know, like, all I ever wanted to do was be accepted. You know, and want it. So,
wow.
So yeah, like that, I wouldn't change. You know? If you ask me, probably the first, like, Monday of football, when all my friends get to do something like we did, like, super special together, yeah, I'd probably change it. You know? I'd probably work harder to, like, be who they wanted me to be, or...
Hold on, child. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, bro, but that like, bro, stand up. Like, bro, you sitting here on your oh chat. Oh my god. Oh my god. That nigga's over here hyperventilating.
I wouldn't change. You know,
I wouldn't.
if you ask me, probably the first like Monday
I'm about to.
of football.
Your ass
Monday,
would have gotten
all my
packed
friends.
up. Packed up.
Get to do something like
Don't come to
we
Baltimore.
did super special together.
Don't come to Maryland,
Yeah.
bro. Niggas would have clowned you.
I'd probably change it.
And probably.
You know, I'd probably work harder.
Oh my god. I don't mean to laugh, chat. I don't. I really don't. But that shit is funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Stand up, bro. Fight back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, Joy Boy. Fight back. What are we doing, bro? Stand up. Jeez, man. You got your own network going on. It's right here, the pivot. Like, you good on this. For the last 3 years, you good on this talking about you wanted to be accepted. What? What kind of struggle shit is that? What kind of I needed white acceptance nonsense was that? You got your own platform, my guy. You are liberated as far as I'm concerned. By the way, ESPN still has to pay you out your ESPN contract. They going to do that. I don't know what his financial situation is necessarily looking like. But it's looking like with what he's got going on right now, he going to be all right. But he up here shedding crocodile tears. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Mike says we all terrible people. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dog. They're homies. Come on, bro. Stand up. I mean, Ryan Clark really used to lay that wood, too. He really used to lay the wood. A true lumberman. And you doing this? Come on. Come on. Come on. And he the only one. Afia says, if you feel like you couldn't be yourself, why would you want to remain in a space that doesn't really F with you? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I feel like, okay, I don't want to get too deep on this. But I feel like some black people really value the access that they get sometimes. So much so that they forget who they are and they prioritize maintaining that access to whiteness or whatever spaces that they feel like they couldn't access before. They hold on to that with everything that they have. And I'm saying that as a black person. I feel like that's just what happens. Because there's no reason for Ryan Clark, who is a businessman in his own regard, CEO of the Pivot, owner, founder, all that good stuff. You're going to be all right, brother. You're going to be all right. If anything, this should have been liberating for you. I'll just leave it at that. Tila says he's sad he can't tap dance for them anymore. Now you talking. Let's wake it up. Let's wake it up. Let's wake it up. Sutton, can you say what you just said about Ryan Clark one more time? I don't think I heard that right. No, Sutton, I wasn't saying you called him a lumberman or something. Well, I called him a lumberman because he laid the wood. Okay, pause, right? Okay, pause. He laid the wood. I'm talking about in football terms, right? He hit and he hit hard. Ryan Clark, that was him. And I guess that was what you guys were referring to, is what I was saying. I mean, y'all streamers what, Chris? Deep on the wood talk. See, this is what I be talking about, y'all. I can't mess with y'all, man. I can't mess with y'all. Void with the super chat donation, dropping the 2-piece in the chat. This drink's for you, brother. Void says Stockholm Syndrome Massa Edition. Why is he upset? I feel like him being so upset is very performative. Very performative. Because I feel like if he was truly this upset about it, he would have gotten out all of his emotions before he got on camera. The fact that he chose to strategically get on camera and cry about him getting fired 24 hours, 48 hours beforehand, that was planned. It was strategically done. Because he knows that video on his YouTube channel is going to do crazy numbers. And if he's emotional, it's going to do even crazier numbers. He knows that. Ryan Clark knows that. He's not dumb. Ryan Clark's a very smart guy. He's super smart. So he knows that. That's why he is, quote unquote, upset here. At least that's what I think. That's what I think. Thank you so much, Void, for the super chat donation. Let me make sure. Let me see if there's anything else I want to bring to you guys' attention today. Oh, there is. There is. Ari Myrov reported earlier today that Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel said that wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is with the Patriots right now, helping out in a potential coaching/personnel role as he figures out his future and what he wants to do next. So DeAndre Hopkins, most recently Ravens wide receiver. I have told you guys right here on this very show, I would like to see DeAndre Hopkins back with the Ravens, if anything, just to mentor the young guys like Surratt and Lane. I would love that. But apparently, since he hasn't been getting any calls, he has now gone to the Patriots and started helping them out in, I guess, a coach role, or I guess a wide receiver coaching role or something like that. But this is why I wanted him back on the Ravens, because you get him back on the Ravens, you sign him for a minimum deal. You are not only getting a wide receiver who can get you a bucket when a bucket is needed. You're not only getting that, you're also getting a wide receiver who can mentor your younger guys. And that's what's most important to me. Okay, that's what's important to me. So I just don't know why we don't bring him back. I just don't know. Q says, well, he could have came back to Baltimore for all that. That's what I'm saying. We couldn't have brought him back for one more year? Talk to me. This is what I'm saying, chat. We should have brought him back. I still think we should bring him back. If I was Eric DeCosta, I'd be on the phone with DeAndre Hopkins right now. Like, bro, how much you want? 4 million? Some shit like that? 7 million? Some shit like 15 million? I'd be bringing back DeAndre Hopkins to Baltimore. I would. All right. Now, another thing I want to go ahead and dive into here on this episode of the show. Great happy hour episode of Quiet Storm Sports. Please be sure, if you have not already, please like the video. That helps us out so much here at the Purple Rain Podcast. Like, you don't understand, like, so much here at PRP. If you just simply like the video, that's like everything to us. Okay. But here we go next. LeBron James. LeBron James, please step into my office. Step into my office. I want to start my soliloquy with this. I have been a Philadelphia 76ers fan since I was maybe about 5 years old. And ever since I've been alive, the Philadelphia 76ers have never won a championship. I might as well be a Cowboys fan, but like of basketball, because I've also never in my lifetime seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. So again, that tells you how old I am exactly. I've never seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. Much like I've never seen my basketball team, the Sixers, win an NBA Finals. But now, my NBA team, the 76ers, has the best, the greatest NBA player of all time on their squad. And that's LeBron James, because he just signed with them earlier today. A 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. Okay, with a player option. So he could choose after a year to, move out of Philly and maybe go back to Cleveland or wherever. I think that's probably what he's going to do. I think he's going for one last Hail Mary championship run in Cleveland this year with Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, and himself. And if that doesn't work out, or even if it does work out, I think he's going to end his career back in Cleveland, Ohio, where it all started. That's what I believe. I love this move. Again, I'm a Sixers fan, so that's why. But I love this move. I thought I was wrong, because I thought that he was going to go to Golden State. I thought that he was going to want to play with his Olympic teammate and Steph Curry. I thought that he had made good friends with guys like Draymond Green, who he had beefed with in the past. It was also still going to be in LA, so his family wouldn't have to move that far. I thought all of it made sense for him to go to Golden State. That's what I thought. However, it didn't end up shaking out that way. It ended up him going to Philadelphia, which was probably the last place that I expected him to go, which tells me something about LeBron. Because, like I said, he could have easily went to Golden State and lived out his glory days, lived out the rest of his days, rode off into the sunset with Steph. He could have done the same thing going to Cleveland. He could have done the same thing going to Miami. But he chose to go to Philly, the spot where he has the highest chance to win a championship. And again, what that says to me is that LeBron James mentally is not done yet. Even if physically you can tell he's kind of slowing down a little bit. Okay, he's not doing the same things that he used to do when he was in his early 30s or like late 20s, whatever. He still mentally wants to compete at the highest level, and he don't give a damn. He does not give a damn about who stands in his way. He said, hey, look, I'm going to go to the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, the Knicks just won the finals? Cool. I'm going to go to the Philadelphia 76ers, where they just acquired Jaylen Brown. Adam, appreciate the jewels, brother. Gold coin, appreciate those jewels. I'm going to go to the Sixers, where they just acquired Jaylen Brown, where they already have Joel Embiid. They already have Tyrese Maxey. They've got scoring, they've got defense, and they've got a dominant big man. All I got to do, Void, appreciate the jewels. All I got to do is show up and facilitate. That's where LeBron is at now. That's where he's at. Okay? So, listen, man. You do not want to sleep on this Philadelphia 76ers team, because I personally think they are going to win the East. I don't know if they're going to win the finals, but I do think that they will come out of the East. I don't think the Knicks can match up well with them. I don't think the Heat, even with Giannis and Bam, I don't think they can match up well with them. Okay. I don't think the Celtics can match up well with them. None of them. Adam, appreciate the 440 joules. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. But yeah, LeBron going to the Sixers, it means a lot to me. It means a whole lot to me. Let's move on, chat. Let's move on. Tony Romo. Tony freaking Romo. Former Cowboys quarterback and now CBS commentator Tony Romo was arrested last night. He was arrested overnight in Milwaukee on suspicion of operating while under the influence. Tony Romo was pulled over yesterday around 8 p.m. and taken into custody after performing poorly on standard field sobriety tests. He's due in court on September 21st. What does this mean? Number one, he's probably not going to be commentating the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. At least I don't think he is. Void, thank you for the jewels. I don't think that he's going to be commentating weeks 1 and 2 before he has his court date. Okay. So I don't think he'll be there. It'll be Jim Nantz and probably somebody else. But outside of that, what do I think about him getting a DWI? Look, man, I'm going to level with y'all. I know a lot of people who have gotten DWIs who are great people who just happen to do something stupid, wrong on the wrong night. I know a lot of people. It's never happened to me because I don't put myself in those type of situations, right? But I've seen that type of thing happen before. So I'm not going to go out and all out judge Tony Romo and say, oh, he's a piece of shit for driving drunk, whatever, because I know a lot of people do it and a lot of people get away with it in this world. Let's just be real for 2 seconds, can we? Let's just be real for 2 seconds. That's what happens in this world. Okay, but Tony Romo, he has learned a very valuable lesson here, and I'm sure he will, he's going to pay for it for sure. He's definitely going to pay for it, but I don't want to write off Tony Romo as some horrible person who has some horrible intent or anything like that, because we know how shit goes. We know how shit goes. We do. Let me see. Jeremiah says, always hire a driver. That would have been smart if you're Tony Romo. If I'm Tony Romo, I don't know how much money he's making, off of CBS. I don't know how much money he has stored from the NFL. But that was a long time ago. He's probably all through that. But yeah, I would always have a driver or like an Uber or something. Even if you don't have a personal driver, I'm sure Tony Romo has the means to get an Uber to wherever he's going to or coming from. Sometimes it doesn't always shake out that way, which I also understand. Sometimes you're going somewhere for one thing, you end up, drinking and partying for another thing. I get it. It happens. But hopefully, if he is going through an issue, Tony Romo, I hope he gets the help he needs. By the looks of this mugshot, it looks like he's going to be okay. But yeah. Let me see. Chris says they knocked that man's top lip. Oh, man. What top lip? What top lip? Who do you think you are? I am. Says Smitty. Oh, I love that clip. I love that clip. That hair, though, for sure. For sure. For sure. Enough for a damn driver. I know he does. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. You better Uber. That's what Afia says. Let's see. Y'all being nasty in the chat. I can't bring up some of y'all comments. Glaucoma says, don't drink and drive. Drink and then drive. That's what I do. Glaucoma, I'm not fucking with you, bro. I'm not fucking with you, bro. That's funny. That's funny. All right, listen, guys. Listen, guys. I think that was all I had for you guys today. I think that was all I had for you guys today. I don't think I see anything else in here that I need to report on that's gonna keep me on the live stream. Oh, that was sudden reactions. Let me not go too much through sudden reactions. If you wanna go watch sudden reactions and get my real takes on like everything going on outside of sports, go subscribe to youtube.com/sudden reactions. I do a lot more off the cuff stuff over on that channel. Yeah. But I think I've gotten through pretty much everything here. Thank you so much, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the stream here as we're almost 2 hours in. Like the video, please. If you have not already, like the video. Don't forget, it helps us out so much here at PRP. But with that being said, chat, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you guys next week when training camp officially like really kicks off. We're here. Okay. You still owe us shots. Who do I owe y'all shots? No, I don't. No, I don't. I got everybody. Big Doug says play the Harbaugh video before you go. I'll do that. But I thought I got everybody on the shots. I thought I got everybody on the shots. Did I not? Who did I miss? I got everyone. I didn't miss any. I make sure not to miss anybody on those. Big Doug wants to watch the Harbaugh video one more time. We'll watch it again. Just because we're at the end of the show here. We'll watch it again. Yeah, who did I miss? I don't think I missed anybody. Let me see. No, you didn't. Who did I miss? Y'all not telling me who I missed. Yeah, I don't think I missed anybody. I think I got everyone. Ain't 50 worth 5 shots? That is crazy. That's crazy. That was never established as a rule. But I'll tell you what, I'll do another one just for that $50 donation. It was never in the bylaws that if you send a donation more than 10 that I had to make more than, or I had to take more than one shot. But I will do this for y'all. I'll take one more before we get off, okay? Okay? Oh, see, y'all making y'all own rules now. All right, it's cool. You're right. So I guess that's what, 4 more? I guess I'm not done. Well, I guess I'm not done. Void with the 6 jewels. I was gonna cut the stream off, but I guess not anymore. I got to do some more. I never made that rule that y'all made up for me, but since y'all made it up, then I'm gonna follow it at least tonight. I wish Coach was with me, but Coach, he couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately. Him and his wife were entertaining company tonight. Unfortunately, so I don't want to say unfortunately, but Coach couldn't join us. Maybe next week. But I will say that this season, by the time this season comes, these happy hour streams are going to be a lot more lit. I can promise you that. And by the way, set change coming real soon. Another shot. This one's coming for the chat.
You didn't open it. I think your mom did.
Open what?
Because we were talking about it.
I did that.
Aw.
Void, more jewels. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm down, babe. It's like, no, just kidding.
Here we go.
It's like, no, just kidding. Your eyes do look low.
My eyes look low.
Yeah.
He's barking. You need to stop barking. You need to stop. Okay. Chat, y'all are killing me. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all are killing me. Stop. I hate when y'all do this. I hate when y'all do this talking about some is water. I'm over here dying, fighting for my life. Y'all talking about oh, it's water. It's water. Come on now. Afia, you know me better than that. Listen, y'all. Outside of Ravens talk, outside of NFL talk, outside of sports talk in general. And Void, I'm trying to fight back. Y'all are killing me. Y'all killing me with this shit. In my R. Kelly voice. I want to know, what is the last movie y'all went to see in the movie theater? That's what I want to know. Drop that in the chat. What is the last movie you went to go see in the movie theater? Let me know what that movie was in the chat. Y'all know I love talking movies and TV shows and things like that. I do. Tactical Precision Training says, didn't we just sign another wide receiver? Yes, we did. We signed Chris Moore. Super irrelevant. He already played for the Ravens. He spent 5 years with the Ravens, had 500 yards total and 4 touchdowns. It's irrelevant. He's a camp body, probably special teams. Jay the Six says, let me see. Jay the Six says Fantastic Four. Okay. Fantastic Four. I think they came out last year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe earlier this year. I'm not sure. Anyways, that was a great movie. That was a great movie. I thought it perfectly set up like what we're going to see in the next era. Of the MCU. And the Thunderbolts movie that somebody recommended me kind of really tied all of that in together. So if you haven't seen Thunderbolts and you have seen Fantastic Four, go watch Thunderbolts. Vice versa, go watch Fantastic Four. Both really good movies. Obsession, says Glaucoma. Was that the last movie that I saw in the theaters? It might have been. No. The last movie I saw in theaters was Backrooms. I saw Backrooms in theaters, which I did not enjoy all that much. I didn't enjoy it all that much. Obsession was good. It wasn't great. I didn't enjoy that all that much either. I really didn't. Toy Story 5. Oh, you know what? Smitty, Toy Story 5 was actually, yes, that was the last movie that I saw in theaters. It wasn't Obsession. It wasn't Backrooms. It was Toy Story 5. I did go to see that one on the Friday that it opened. I did go. Great movie. I'd love to see it again. Maybe I'm biased because I grew up with the Toy Story franchise, but that was a great movie. Zootopia 2 and Predator Badlands. I did not see Predator Badlands, but I did see Zootopia 2 in theaters. I'm a big Zootopia fan as well. If you haven't already noticed, I'm a big animated film fan. Zootopia was great visually. I feel like the storytelling in it was lackluster though. It did not hold a candle to what Zootopia 1 did. It did not. Afia says Sinners. Okay, so Afia, it's been a while since you've been in the movies. Sinners, I did go see that one in the theater as well, and Sinners is one of the better movies in terms of storytelling. I would say that was one of the better movies that I've seen in the past decade. Visually, it didn't blow me away. Acting wise, it didn't really blow me away. But storytelling wise, Ryan Coogler, he did his thing with Sinners, for sure. The pacing of the story, everything about the story was just so great. I should rewatch that tonight, to be honest with you. The movie that I was going to rewatch tonight was actually Norbit with Eddie Murphy. I was going to rewatch Norbit tonight for my throwback movie night. Bama also says Obsession. Obsession was a decent movie. It was a decent movie. It was decent. Tila says I don't even remember. I think the last Captain America. Oh, the one with Anthony Mackie, the Black Captain America, because that I saw that one in theaters too. Fire. If you have not watched, if you have not watched Captain America: Brave New World, watch that tonight. Watch it tonight. It is, what time is it? What time is it? It is almost 9:00 where most of you are right now. If you have nothing to do tonight, watch Captain America: Brave New World. Amazing movie. Don't let anybody tell you different. Oh, it's not Chris Evans. It's not the original Captain America. No, fuck that. Watch Captain America: Brave New World. It's a great movie. Jeremiah says Wakanda Forever. I don't think I ever watched. Well, no, I did. I've watched Wakanda Forever, but I haven't at the same time. Like I put it on a couple of weeks ago, but I fell asleep to it, like maybe like a quarter of the way through of it, so I haven't really watched it. I need to rewatch it. Miss Fancy Pants says the Michael Jackson movie was the last movie. I've never seen that one. I've never seen the Michael Jackson movie. I heard it was really good. I heard it made a lot of money. I never watched it though. Afia says Spider-Man up next. That's right, Afia. Let's go. Next week we get Spider-Man. I think it's next week, right? Yeah, next week we get Spider-Man. Let's go. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Black Phone was kind of, honestly, I don't think I saw the second one, but the first one turned me off from the franchise. It turned me off from the series. Like I was like, this shit is not even, it's not even scary. It's not even scary. That's the thing. A lot of these scary movies nowadays, they're not even scary. So like I'd be over it. I'd be over it. Let me see what y'all say. Spider-Man definitely up next, Miss Fancy, for sure. Glaucoma says, "Oh, you seen Thunderbolts finally? What did you think about it?" Yeah, I mean, I loved it. At first, I was like, "Oh, what is this? Who are these people?" But by the end of it, like, I felt like a connection to all of them. I think they did a really good job at like, showing you who these kind of Avengers rejects were or are, and their stories were very compelling, very intriguing, and the action scenes. I think, who was the villain's name? The villain, it was like the Sentinel or something like that. He was basically like a superhuman, and yeah, the story was really good. And then at the end, they saw the Fantastic Four voyaging towards their Earth, because multiverse in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is like a big thing now. So there's like multiple universes. Like there's one Earth here, and then there's another Earth there, and now their worlds are colliding. It's one of those things. But Thunderbolts was really good. Afia says, yeah, just rewatch all of the Marvel at this point to get ready. And that's what I'm doing. Like tonight, I think maybe not tonight, but maybe like tomorrow, I'll watch the because the one movie that I haven't seen is the what is it called? Doctor Strange. The latest Doctor Strange movie. I have not seen that one. I gotta watch that one. Phone just vibrated. Oh, spam call. Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine, says Jeremiah. I went to go see that one. That was the last movie that I saw in the DMV before I left the DMV. I think I saw it at like a Sinopolis or something like that, somewhere close to Baltimore. One of those premium movie theaters, but I had a horrible experience. Like we ordered food and like they didn't bring our food for like an hour into the movie. I had to like call them back and say like, hey, like what happened to our food? And they said, oh, we forgot about it. And they still brought it, but like we didn't pay for it because like, bro, what the fuck? But the movie, aside from that, the movie was good. It was very action packed, very quirky, as I expect any Deadpool film to be like. I mean, when you put Deadpool against Wolverine, Deadpool is very like deadly but playful. Wolverine is like deadly, but like don't play no damn games. And like the mixture between them, like the chemistry between those two personalities was entertaining on the big screen. I'll say that. That was a good movie. It was a good movie. Obsession was great. Obsession was cool, but it wasn't scary though. It wasn't scary to me. Chris Evans says just got done watching the WFL game and Baltimore won the championship. What a great game! I did not know that was going on. Did you hear that they're making a new Shrek movie? I did hear about that. I've always felt that Shrek was overrated though. I've always felt that Shrek was overrated as a series. Okay, like Shrek is not touching like series like Finding Nemo, it's not touching Toy Story, it's not touching Monsters Inc., it's not touching a lot of things. It's not touching a lot of things for me. Shrek cool though. He cool. I've never seen Predator Badlands. Maybe I need to watch that. Clayface trailer. Afia says I love Norbit. Yeah, me too. That's a great movie. Great throwback. Brave New World was great. See, Ashley's hip. She's hip. She knows. I'm so behind on comments. Respect the century. That's right. All right, I'm caught up now. Jay the Six of Sudden, you take that back. I ain't taking that back. Shrek is mid. Mid-ass movie. Mid-ass franchise. Shit, mid as hell. Chris Evans as in Steve Rogers. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Mike says no Shrek slander will fly. It's flying here, brother. It's flying here. Shrek is better than... Nah, get out of here. Come on, boy. Nah. Get out of here, brother. Ain't no way. You said Shrek is better than Finding Nemo. Hell no. Shrek better than Finding Nemo? What about the story of Shrek is so compelling that it makes it better than the story of Finding Nemo? Bro, the father was trying to find his son. His wife got murdered and he was trying to find his son. How does it get any better than that? Oh, Shrek because he was an ogre and wanted to find his wife that was once not an ogre but now is an ogre. Who cares? Who gives a damn? Like, what are we talking about? Eddie Murphy as donkey fed generations. That's true. My boy said in the morning, I'm making waffles. Legendary line. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. How to Train Your Dragon is better than Toy Story? Argue with the Bateman stats? Oh, boy. How to Train Your Dragon is crazy. Saying that is better than Toy Story is nuts. Insubordinate and churlish. Absolutely, totally unacceptable. Void, that's 1,000 lashes for you. 1,000 lashes. I need it. Void is already in the book. He is firmly in the book. But Void needs some lashes for that. I need a sound effect for some lashes. Some Dr. Umar lashes. That's what's coming this year. Y'all don't know it's coming. It's coming. For all of y'all who give these bad takes, you're getting lashes from here on out. You're getting lashes. Baby. Come on, can you pour the shot? Mike says, Sutton, I've accepted that you've had bad taste in takes, but I obviously still rock with you. Thank you, Mike. I don't feel like my takes are bad. I don't. I feel like my takes are very well thought out. I feel like they are very. Hold on, I'm still reading some of these comments here. I don't even get the plot. I love my women. I love my women with the Lord Farquaad Bob. So you like women with bobs, Smitty? You like bobs? My girl said she was about to get a bob. She talking about some getting a bob. Don't be saying that when the chat talking about they like bobs. Now you want a bob.
That's not why.
Now you want a bob.
That's not why. I want a bob.
All right, whatever.
Bobs are cute.
Bobs are cute now. Okay.
They're sexy.
Ever since Smitty said that he
No,
like bobs, now you like
no,
bobs. You don't even know who Smitty is.
I didn't say it because of me. Who is the shot for?
I don't know. Oh,
You just told me to pour up. It's for nobody, probably.
no. It's for what's the name? All right, Acebook at the bottom. Yeah, at the bottom. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, now she like bobs, chat. She talking about she like bobs now.
We got people behind.
She talking about she like bobs. Like, what the hell? What's going on?
Y'all got anything better to do? But instigate? Instigate is the word, I swear. Because
She's talking about she like bobs. Fuck out of here. Come on. I'm about to end this
so,
stream.
hey, I guess he's saying he don't like bobs.
I like you.
Oh yeah, okay. So if I get a bob, you gonna like it.
I like you
Let's
regardless.
take a shot to that.
All right. There we go.
Here we go.
Y'all see how she be doing me, chat? Y'all see how she be doing me.
Ace agree.
Gaslighting your boy Sutton.
Well, he said you got 4 more. But Chris said you got 4 more.
Chris be tripping. Chris be tripping. Don't even worry about what Chris be saying. Chris be tripping.
She said, wait. He said, uh-oh. Go back down.
Chris be tripping. Y'all got my girl looking at the chat now.
I've
See?
been looking.
See?
I think it's there's an Ash. I love is it Tila?
Tila.
So what's the
She's a
the
moderator in the chat.
I love her too.
Sophia said, not the bang. The bang. Oh, see, y'all got me. See, I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to do this. Look.
Hey, let them know, chat. Let them know what's up.
I'm about to go ahead and hang this one up, y'all.
Let them know who's real
Look,
boss.
I love y'all. We're not even talking real Ravens right now. We're not even talking real Ravens. We talking real Ravens. We back next week, chat. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. As always, it's your boy Sudden Death. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm about to go enjoy this bob that's on my girl. Okay. Peace, y'all. Love y'all.